Hi there folks, football news is back. Leave a like if you're ready to watch the new episode, and without further ado, let's get the show on the pitch. Guardiola on the Premier League title race. Always when we were top of the league, we were favorites. It was in our hands. Now it's not. It's simple. Josep claimed. Arteta confirms no issue with Bukayo Saka. He just went out today with fatigue, nothing serious. A meeting between Barcelona and Sergio Roberto's agent will soon be held to discuss the player's future. The club's initial plan was not to renew his contract, but his recent performances raised some doubts about this decision. Olympique Marseille fans before Le Classique against PSG. Wonderful atmosphere. Pep Guardiola on what is the solution for playing against an opposition with a low block. Kill someone maybe? Arsenal become the first team to keep a clean sheet at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League since Crystal Palace in October 2021. The levels of his general play is so poor. I think his general laying stuff off, headers or whatever it might be in terms of front of goal is best in the world. But for his general play for such a player, it's so poor, not just yesterday. I think he has to improve that. He's almost like a League 2 player. That's the way I look at him. His general play has to improve, and it'll do over the next few years. Roy Keane slammed Haaland's toothless display against Arsenal. Jude Bellingham has scored 21 goals and provided 10 assists for club and country this season. One more last night against Athletic. Barcelona are very happy with Rafinha's performance as his market value will rise. Look what it means to Girona's manager Michel, third in La Liga. Historic season continues. Madrid has 9 days to prepare for the match. 9, Pep Guardiola complains. I would have loved not to be 1-0 down. I would love to have been 4 or 5-0 up, but that's the best we played against the Derby's Brighton, Jurgen Klopp admits. According to the Spanish Football Federation's disciplinary code, Lewandowski and Cancelo must be suspended for 2 matches and therefore missing El Clasico because they intentionally received yellow card yesterday. Go back to April last year. Arsenal lost 4-1 and got played off the park. They came here today with a clear plan to play against Man City and they succeeded. Was it great? No, but they shouldn't care about that. Peter Schmeichel shared his opinion. Here's how Jude Bellingham celebrated Rodrigo's goal, which he assisted on. Man City are winless versus the top 5 in the Prem this season, 4 draws and 2 losses. Ronaldo has become the second player to be involved in 35 goals in a single-sided Pro League season, which is only 8 goals away from the record. Eder Militao is back for Real Madrid after ACL injury. He came on as a substitute during the match against Athletic Bilbao. There are 20,000 cameras, 20,000 microphones around the stadiums, and they couldn't find evidence of a Cherby's insult? For me, there could be a case for protection, Mario Balotelli thinks. During the tie against Arsenal, Nathan Ake left the pitch due to injury, one more blow for Guardiola. It's expected that Pedri will not be available for the first leg against PSG. Jamal Lascelles suffered an ACL injury and will be out for 6 to 9 months. Yet another injury for Newcastle. Botman just suffered an ACL too. We are no longer the favorites to win the title after this match. We have to be realistic. A lot can happen, but the matter is no longer in our hands. It depends on Arsenal and Liverpool, stated Bernardo Silva after the match against Arsenal. Flamengo is the first team in football history to score 13,000 goals. AC Milan forward Olivier Giroud answered questions about his future performances for the French national team. I'm often called the unsinkable. That's good, that's cool. But hey, the Titanic had to be unsinkable and it sank. I'm gonna speak to Tony Bloom about next season plans and then I'll decide. To work next season at Brighton, I don't need to extend. Now we have finished the discussion about contracts, but not because I've decided yet, it's still open. Roberto De Zerbi shared his plans. Barcelona are planning to consider a new loan for Ansu Fati. Barca are open to selling the forward in case of a lucrative offer for a permanent transfer. James Tavernier is now the highest scoring defender in British football history with 131 goals. He's been at Rangers for around 9 years. Also has 127 assists for the Scottish club. There may be a very beautiful rivalry in the coming years with players like Haaland, MBAPPE, and Vinicius competing for the Ballon d'Or. I also think that Lamine Yamal, who is still very young, will play a prominent role and fight for it. Lionel Messi believes. Real Madrid are confident that Andre Lunin will extend his contract, while Thibaut Courtois will remain the Merengues' first-choice goalkeeper after his recovery. It's likely that Mikhail Faye will either be loaned or sold with a buyback option, Sport S reports. FC Seoul manager Kim Ki-dong is not happy with the new signing Jesse Lingard. I've been thinking a lot about removing Jesse Lingard. I don't think a player who doesn't run for a few minutes is a football player. If he doesn't fight and doesn't run better than a player who runs for 90 minutes. If you're gonna play soccer in the name, shouldn't you just take the retired players? Rodri has completed 64 consecutive matches without defeat, marking the longest unbeaten streak for a player in the history of the Premier League. The management of Bayer Leverkusen wants to keep 100% of the current squad for the next campaign. Wirtz, Frimpong, and other stars are meant to stay at the club. For the first time in his career, Luis Diaz has backed 10 goal involvements in a single Premier League season. He has already scored 7 goals and delivered 3 assists. Guys, if you still haven't subscribed to our channel, then it's time to click on the pause button and do it. Thank you! And now, let's have a look at yesterday's games in Europe's top 5 leagues. Here's a brief recap of yesterday's fixtures. Starting off with Ligue 1, where PSG picked up another important victory on their way to the league title, this time at Le Classique Derby. The Parisians outplayed Marseille 0-2 with strikes from Vitinha and Ramos. Next up, La Liga, where Real Madrid proved to be stronger than Athletic in the main event of the round thanks to Rodrigo's brace, 2-0. As a result, Real Madrid increased their lead over Barcelona to 8 points. Finally, the Premier League. Liverpool got a strong-willed victory over Brighton. Clubsmen responded to Welbeck's goal with accurate shots from Luis Diaz and Salah. Meanwhile, Manchester City and Arsenal had a goalless draw 0-0. Consequently, Liverpool reclaimed their spot at the top of the Premier League. Alright, moving on to the main news of the release. Chelsea are planning to sell 2 of their graduates, Reece James and Conor Gallagher, this summer, according to The Telegraph. The club's unprecedented spending on footballers, coaches, and other supporting staff has put it at risk of violating the Premier League rules of profitability and sustainability. If the transfers of James and Gallagher are completed by June 30th, Chelsea will be able to register a profit on the sale of players on its financial reports for the 2023-24 season. On the whole, the Blues want to earn more than £100 million in order not to violate the rules. Real Madrid forward Rodrigo has reacted to rumors of Kylian Mbappe's move in the summer. Mbappe to Real Madrid? I think it's close, as it's what journalists say. I trust you guys, but I don't know what's going on. If Mbappe comes, I will be benched. It'll be a happy problem for the manager. I'm only focused on Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso had the chance to join Liverpool, Bayern or Chelsea next summer, but declined for various reasons. He wasn't keen on joining Chelsea. The idea of joining Real Madrid after Ancelotti made Xabi Alonso think and decide to stay at Leverkusen to assess his options after next season. 2 more coaches have been revealed whom Liverpool are considering as a replacement for Jurgen Klopp. These are Simone Inzaghi from Inter Milan and Thiago Motta from Bologna. It's noted that Inter have no plans to let Inzaghi leave. The fact that he does not speak English may also hamper the deal. As for Motta, he is said to be the main contender for the Juventus head coaching position in case of Massimiliano Allegri's departure. According to earlier reports, the Reds are also considering the candidates of Ruben Amorim, Roberto De Zerbi, Thomas Tuchel, and Hans-Dieter Flick. In the 65th minute of Marseille vs PSG clash, Luis Enrique decided to substitute Kylian Mbappe, and the striker's reaction went viral. He rolled his eyes, clearly demonstrating his dissatisfaction with the manager's decision. Luis Enrique gave his explanation for subbing Kylian Mbappe off. People don't agree with my decision? I don't care. It's the same music every week. The same music. It's boring. I'm the manager. I make decisions every week. I do my best for PSG. I will do this until my final days in Paris. We would like to remind you that this is yet another case of Enrique substituting a French striker in the middle of the game. Friends, that's it. Check out these suggested videos from our other projects. The Football News channel was with you. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye-bye.